someone to save. I wanna tell you something new. You drove us both into a wall. I drive away into the night, and I contemplate for a while.
Hello everyone, this is Garrett204 here, and welcome back to another Minecraft ship showcase video. In this video, we're going to be going ahead and taking an in-depth look at my newest World War II build, the French submarine Surcouf. This build is going to be available for download on my Planet Minecraft, so you can head to that link in the video description and download it for yourself. Just know that you will need World Edit to paste the schematic into your worlds, and I also do use a resource pack, which I highly recommend you guys checking out, and again, that will be linked below as well, as this build is definitely not going to be the same if you do not use a resource pack due to some of the differences in textures and materials used. As for the Surcouf itself, it's an awesome submarine, one of my personal favorites from World War II, that unfortunately just disappeared, and her story is unknown how her career ended, but a really uneventful career, but it was just a really cool submarine, and I just had to build it as it's always been a favorite of mine. A little bit of history about Surcouf is that Surcouf was a large French gun-armed cruiser submarine of the mid-20th century. She carried two 203mm guns, which is approximately about 8 inches, as well as anti-aircraft guns, and for most of her career, a float plane. Yes, it had a giant 8-inch guns and also a float plane, so it's very unique in that sense. Surcouf served in the French Navy and later the Free French Naval Forces during the Second World War. Surcouf disappeared during the night of the 18th/19th of February 1942 in the Caribbean Sea, possibly after colliding with the U.S. freighter Thomson Likes, although it has not been definitely established. She was named after the French privateer and ship owner Robert Surcouf, and she was the largest submarine built until it was surpassed by the first Japanese I-400 class aircraft carrier submarine in 1944. So this submarine was a massive submarine for its time. Obviously nowadays pretty dwarfed by the submarines we have today, but still an impressive submarine, and one of the more unique ones in the fact that it actually had a naval turret on it and could surface and actually rotate the turret and fire at targets. Just absolute crazy stuff compared to the standard, U-boats and just the standard submarine design where it was just a small, 5-inch naval gun. This thing actually had a turret on it. But with that, let's go ahead and dive in here to take a quick look here at Surcouf. Obviously, it's not too big of a build, so it'll be pretty quick. But you can see here we do have the submarine here in its colors. I'm not sure exactly if the hull was entirely that darker gray color or not. I know that above water, it had this kind of light and dark gray camouflage or color scheme, but really underneath there's a bunch of differing pictures and interpretations of probably what it looked like. So it could have all been dark gray underneath here, but I went ahead and just did red at where the waterline was because it makes sense that it would be that, but again, it may not be entirely accurate in terms of color. But of course, we have the wear and tear near the surface where it would be cruising for the majority of the time, and also just trying to add a little bit more wear on areas where the submarine would probably be, having the most water flow and stuff like that. So we have the back over here. We have some of the dive planes, the propellers, and then we have the rudder here on the back of the submarine as well. All right, guys, so moving into taking a look at pretty much everything above water and forgetting about the pressurized hull section. We're going to start with the bow up here in the front. You can see we have a couple of the indentations of the torpedo tubes here. In the bow, there were 4 550mm torpedo tubes, so we have the indentations kind of showing where those are. There were also torpedo tubes in the stern, but it's a little bit unclear to me where they were exactly located. It says something along the lines that there were basically 1 550mm and 2 400mm torpedo tubes in the swiveling launchers, and there's 2 of those. So there was basically 2 triple launchers back here. I imagine maybe where this kind of design is right there with these, with the fence gates and all that stuff. I imagine that probably could have been it right there, but it's just kind of unclear on where exactly those would be located. So, but there was other launchers on the back too, so it had quite a good complement of torpedo capability for it. But basically, we have the front bow with just a lot of the various different tie down points and stuff like that for docking, and of course the little pole there in the front. We have the forward dive planes and, of course, the deck here. Now, the deck is just in a standard kind of wood design here. It's unclear to me whether or not the deck would have been painted a color or anything like that, but most models I saw showed it with just a normal wood exposed deck, so I went ahead and left that. Again, we just have some of the various details here for the top deck, different hatches, all that kind of stuff. Then we have the twin naval gun itself. So this is the dual 203 or 8-inch naval gun. Again, this thing could pretty much swivel, turn, and fire at targets, which is just crazy to me. But yeah, really cool stuff there. And then we have kind of more of the superstructure, which has this, I believe this was probably the rangefinder for the gun. And then we have the sail itself that has the 17P, which was the hull number for the submarine on it. And it has the mast, which is I would imagine the periscope and the snorkel and all that right there. So it's all pretty cool stuff right there. I love it. It's all kind of sleek and hydrodynamic, I guess, with each other. So that's pretty cool stuff. Then behind the sail, we have what would be the 30 millimeter machine guns, or basically just anti-aircraft guns. So there was 2 of these located on the back here. We have some different vents. We have the little kind of staircase to get up on both, or like not stairs, but like the ladder or the indents that would allow the crew to get up and down from the superstructure to the deck. And we have, obviously the machine guns, the French flag flying right behind it. There's also rigging that runs from the top of the conning tower or the sail all the way down here to the back stern. So that's cool as well. Now this right here is one of the interesting features as well for it. The Surcouf actually had a float plane, and this float plane was actually specifically designed for the Surcouf, and there was only 2 of these actually ever made, and then 1 prototype. So it's a very weird, interesting plane, but it was designed to actually be broken down and easily fit into the superstructure of this. So there was actually like this rolling crane that they could roll out, use it to deploy the plane, pull it in, and then it would basically be able to be deconstructed in like 4 minutes and pulled in to store it. Kind of crazy stuff. But the seaplane here is the Besson MB411 float plane. And honestly, I would not be surprised if I'm the first one to make this in Minecraft, because I have not seen it before made. It's a ugly little plane, but it is cool, and it is there on Surcouf and this light blue color scheme, which I think is pretty accurate to what it would look like. Then further back, we have the stern of the ship. Really nothing too crazy on the back here. It just goes all the way back here to the very back of the ship, and pretty much both sides are symmetrical. For the most part, I don't think there's any real differences between those. But yeah, really cool details all the way around, and it's got a very unique hull too, where it's very traditionally rounded on the bottom, and then it just kind of flattens out on the sides there. So it's a little unique in that aspect, but overall, it's a really cool sub. I love the way it came out, and hope you guys all do enjoy it as well. I hope to do some more subs in the future, definitely some U-boats, and I'd like to definitely try the I-400. That would be really cool as well. But anyways, though, that's going to do it for this showcase here for Surcouf. Again, feel free to download it, link down in the video description. And, if you have any submarine suggestions for the future, definitely be sure to let me know. But that right there, guys, is going to do it for this showcase. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. This has been Garrett 2x4, and I'll see you guys next time.